Hello, welcome back. It has now been about 3 months since I stopped eating any sugar, and I would like to take a few minutes out of your time to talk about it. Just to clarify, by sugar, I mean added sugars, because obviously you need certain types of sugars in your diet to be able to function normally and stay alive. But any added sugars, any glucose syrup, dextrose, whatever that companies add to their food, I am not having at all. And that's basically the entire premise. Like, it's basically just as simple as that. Again, for people who don't know, the reason I started doing this was because I have kind of struggled with a big sugar addiction all my life. As in, instead of eating normal meals, I would just eat sweets, Oreos, whatever, and it's basically been making me very unhealthy. However, not anymore, because just not having that anymore. So you might be thinking, hey, if you can't have any sugar in anything, you know, there's sugar in a lot of food, so what can you eat? The answer to that, I'm actually surprised by how vast my options are, because I can have pasta, potatoes, rice, things like that only contain natural sugars. I can have wholemeal bread as long as it says no added sugar on the label and there's no sugar in the ingredients list, or forms of sugar like dextrose or glucose syrup. You catch my drift. In terms of fast food, I can even have the fries from Five Guys, because here in the UK, I don't know how it is in the US, but here in the UK, the Five Guys fries, all it is just peanut oil, salt, and potatoes. And if you get the Cajun fries, then all the seasonings, they don't have any sugar in them either, because they're just like natural herbs and spices and stuff. Probably not entirely natural, but as long as they don't contain any sugar is what I care about. And as you may have noticed, I'm being very strict with it right now, but only because when making kind of changes in my life, I like starting at the extremes. So honestly, it wasn't even as restricting as I thought it would be. If you guys are interested in my results from this, over these past 3 months, I have lost 4 kilograms, which comes to about 0.3 kilograms a week. If I was losing a kilogram or more, then that's kind of where it becomes unhealthy, but 0.3 kilograms is like a good amount to lose per week. I've noticed that my skin has become clearer. All of the acne, or most of the acne that I had before, has kind of disappeared. I don't really get it anymore. I mean, there's still like this. I don't know what that is, but you know, like most of it I don't have on my body anymore, which is great. I also feel like my energy levels have kind of evened out, and there's no like huge spikes and huge dips anymore, naturally, because I'm not having any of that sugar that would cause that. I'm also not letting myself eat anything like maple syrup or honey, because that's kind of cheating, and also those don't really contain any essential nutrients that I can't get from anywhere else. If you don't know, maple syrup and honey contain a lot of sugar. It's natural sugar, but it's a lot of sugar, and I just, you know, maybe not, you know? I'm kind of sticking by the rule that in low quantities, natural sugar is okay, but so if there's 80 grams of sugar per 100 grams of food, like in honey, then, you know, maybe it's better to choose something else. In high quantities, even natural sugars can still be quite bad for you. And whenever I want to eat something sweet, I have like, honestly, this is kind of embarrassing, but I have a jar of peanut butter. You know, sometimes I just eat it with a spoon. Sometimes I get like, I don't know, like some rice cakes, put some peanut butter on it. I also get the shredded wheat cereal, like, you know, those mini like shredded wheat things that are literally only made out of wheat and kind of taste awful. I have those, and those paired with milk are actually like quite sweet, even though it doesn't really contain a lot of sugar, so I have that. And yeah, I could go on and on about this, but at the end of the day, the biggest change has just been not drinking any sugary drinks or eating any sugary foods or snacks. I just want to let you know that if you plan on doing this yourself, do your research, find out exactly what you're doing, because although it may not seem like it, I've tracked my nutrition before when it comes to like bodybuilding stuff for the gym. So although I don't do it at like a college or university level, I do know a little bit, and that's kind of enough for the thing that I'm doing. But at the end of the day, if you have a habit of eating too much food in general, then cutting out all the sweet things that you eat will, like, that's never going to be bad. That's always going to help. And since it's the internet, I just want to note that I can't speak for people who eat too little or people that have eating disorders. This is not advice for you. Obviously, if you choose to take this as advice, because at the end of the day, this is just an update video for you to know about what's going on with me. And yeah, I feel like I've said enough, and that's all I have to say. Goodbye.